Justin is a wine exhibitor here at the London International Wine Fair.
What Oregon really has to offer is balanced wines, not as ripe as some New World wines, but really nice fruit profiles. They're going to be more generally fruit forward,
Right.
cherry-driven fruit than your typical Burgundian Pinot Noir. So this is our entry-level Pinot Noir. And what we do a little bit differently than a lot of Oregon wineries is we're kind of focusing a little bit on more the value-driven side wines.
Right, okay. Because a lot of that's I think part of the issue over here with Oregon Pinots is they're all sort of creeping up 15, 20 pound sort of bracket. It's tough to find stuff sort of sub 10 pounds. And I know there's the cost, there's the getting it over here,
sure.
There's all the labor that goes into it. You can't produce wines like they can in Spain or Portugal, for 3 or 4 pounds a bottle and get it here, and be able to make some kind of a profit on it. But
and so this, just an example, this would probably be figured out on, I guess, maybe on a UK shelf of just under 10.
Okay, well, I think that's
8 to 9 pounds.
I think that's exactly the kind of thing that's missing here in terms of that, and would encourage people to go out and try those wines. If you can get it in under 10 pounds, I think you would really encourage a lot of people. So I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, most definitely, and that's kind of the hope with a wine like this, is to get people at least to enter into the category. And then hopefully, of course, they'll like the wines, they want to explore them more and kind of jump up in price point eventually too. So with this one, this was bottled early. We're generally going for just really kind of friendly, a lot of fruit, ripeness, not going for too much complexity. And then as you work up our brands, that's kind of the general direction we're going with these. So you'll notice with King's Ridge, our primary brand, this is going to be a bit more concentrated in flavor, a bit more nuanced, a little bit more, complex.
No, I thought that first one was nice, and I think it showed some of those qualities that I'd associate with Oregon Pinot Noir.
Yeah.
Some of that fruit, but there was some nice sort of tobacco notes in there. There was some complexity. I think that was showing. It wasn't just sort of a straight kind of fruit forward. Maybe I'd associate it with some South American Pinot Noir that's just sort of all kind of blueberry fruit, which is nice if that's what you're looking for.
Exactly, but and generally at that price point, I think that's what they're associating.
Yeah, sort of the 6-7 pounds sort of range.
Yep. And so this one would probably be more like 13 or 14 pounds, 12 to 14 pounds on the shelf. So still, from Oregon at least, a relative value. And this is going to be sourced mainly, so kind of the distinction between the two, there are vineyard sourcing and then kind of barrique aging.
And how much oak is that one?
This is about 20% new French barrique.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for how long?
About 8 or 9 months,
okay.
Depending on the vintage.
Well, that's nice. And that one hangs around. Definitely see that going down with like Chateaubriand or... I know I don't want to offend all those vegetarians out there. Some fantastic moussaka, perhaps, maybe not too spiced, but definitely something like that.
And so then with our Alchemist, this is actually our first vintage of this wine.
Right.
We only make about 200 cases of this.
Okay.
It's our higher end. It would probably end up on the UK shelf for 19 pounds, 20 pounds. So this is definitely going to be more concentrated in style, much denser. More complex aromas.
Yeah, having to sort of keep your nose in there a long time to try and extract some of the stuff that's coming out. Now that's a 2.0. We got a 209, a 208, and then a 208 there.
Yeah. The thing I really like about this one in particular is the palate, is the mouthfeel. It's very kind of velvety, luxurious kind of mouthfeel, and it leaves. You'll notice that kind of flavor just lingers for quite some time afterwards.
I was talking about this before, where when I go quiet, it means that I really like a wine.
Oh, good.
That's just happened. That's lovely.
Thank you.
Very nice. Seb, do you want to try some?
I will.